Welcome to the 2023-2024 Bowling Promotion Tour QubicaAMF Masters Series. This is our 9th of 15 matches, and it will be Trigodet versus Courtin, with the winner against Bonnet. Then it's Halvor Hagen Nielsen, Kenny Bio, Gregory Rius, last year's champ Jaime Gonzalez, and the winner of that match bowling our number 1 seed Martin Larson. And let's hear from Marc Chavet to set the stage for today's match.
Le plaisir de vous saluer et de vous accueillir au bowling La Sphère. Nous sommes à Fontaine-le-Comte dans la région de Poitiers. Une grande bataille dont tout le monde parle, c'est la bataille des gauchers. Le duel entre Héloïse Courtin à ma gauche, gauchère qui joue à deux mains, Anthony Trigodet à ma droite. Le Trigodet chaud, il a déjà 2 victoires dans sa besace. Est-ce qu'il peut aller signer un 3e succès? Le fameux dindon, c'est ce qu'on va voir bien sûr pour la triple X dans le monde du bowling. Est-ce qu'il pourra remporter une 3e victoire et poursuivre cette aventure pour atteindre peut-être la super finale tout à l'heure? C'est la question qu'on pose. On va tout de suite retrouver bien sûr notre ami Bruno Bidone, l'ancien membre de l'équipe de France et le premier Français à avoir joué en PBA du côté des États-Unis.
Thank you very much, Mark. And indeed, it is Héloïse Courtin against Anthony Trigodet, 2 left-handers, with Trigodet going for his 3rd consecutive win. He defeated Sophie Kiergaard-Nielsen and number 8 seed Jack Blythe in our last 2 matches in convincing fashion. And now it's Courtin. And it'll be 2 left-handers today. It'll be Trigodet with the one-handed style and Héloïse Courtin with the 2-handed style. Héloïse will certainly be to the right of Trigodet as she lines up, and Anthony will kick us off on the left lane. We are on the Gateway Arch oil pattern. This has been a pattern that's been very accessible to the pocket, and let's see how Anthony does here. And that looks right, and he does cross over for the 4-pin. Anthony won his 2 matches in convincing fashion, putting strikes together at the back half of the game. So he certainly has this pattern figured out, and he's very comfortable now under the TV lights. And we'll see how the lanes break down. He is playing exactly in the same part of the lane, right up the 7th or 8th board with the pretty much straight, and that's his break point. And we'll see if that starts to change, and maybe it did already affect him here in this first shot. And now cross lane for the 4-pin, no problem there. Now we will get our first look at Héloïse Courtin. She's a 2-handed lefty, age 25. She won the individual elite Paris competition in 2022. And let's see how far right of Trigodet she is. Trigodet going right up between the 1st and 2nd arrows, as we said. And let's see where Héloïse ends up. And that is definitely deeper. That's in around the 15 board. And it comes up a little late to the pocket, and the ball deflects. The 4 goes into the channel, does not take out the 7. So we have the weak 7 for Héloïse. Now let's watch this. You can see she's ripping up through the shot, but watch the ball deflect when it hits. So it goes quite a bit to the left. Does not give the angle into the pocket that you would need to carry that 7-pin. So now she'll go cross lane right at the 7 with the plastic ball, and hang on. Oh, and she does hang on to make the 7-pin. She knows she might have got away with one there, and watch this, right over the 4th arrow. That's why we use plastic, so it doesn't hook, and it does hang on to convert the 7-pin. Now, Courtin will get an 8-pin handicap by virtue of international rules. Whenever men bowl women, women get an 8-pin advantage, and we will calculate that as we go through the match. And there's Courtin, another good shot in the pocket, a little bit high this time. She's been light and high now. That's going to be a 6-pin. I think she might have caught some of Trigodet's break point. See, right when she gets to those light boards there, right there, that's Trigodet's break point. And I think she's picking up a little bit of that. I think she liked that shot. Just came a little bit high. So we'll have to see how these competitors adjust. Normally on the left, there's not very big adjustments needed, but when both of you are in the same place at the break point, things could change pretty rapidly, and we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, Courtin covers the 6-pin, no problem. And even on the 6-pin, she's lifting hard up through that ball. So got that 2-handed power against the accuracy of Trigodet. Let's see how this match unfolds. It is a 7-pin lead right now for Courtin. I want to say thanks to QubicaAMF. They've signed on for a 3-year sponsorship of this Masters Series. And that ball looks left of target, but it comes up and blows the rack. Good shot there by Anthony. And I think he's happy to get that back. That's about as far left as we've seen him throw one. And again, this is that gateway arch oil pattern. There's less oil outside than inside for sure. And he took full advantage that time. I think if he had pitched it out to that point, if he had swung out to that point, I don't think he would have got it back. But because he's going so straight, he has a little bit of room left, and that ball will recover and make it up to the pocket. There's not a huge amount of dry on this pattern outside. It's just flat pretty much outside of the 9 board, but there's a lot of concentration inside of the 10 board on this gateway arch pattern. And now Trigodet went high on this lane left hand, goes straight up and gets the carry. And that was right at the pocket. Definitely a better shot than last time here. Straight at it, and he blows out the 5. Thank you very much. And that would be a double, and so much for the 8-pin advantage of Courtin. It is now a 3-pin lead for Anthony Trigodet in the early going. And let's see if Heloise will make any adjustments. She went light and then high, and this time she goes right of target and high through the beak, leaving the 2-pin. So that was a little bit of a pull. I think she was mindful of that 7-pin she left last time, trying to give it all she can. Looks like that was maybe a couple of boards right of target, and the ball picked up in the mid lane, didn't have a chance to get to the pocket. But a fairly straightforward conversion here on our 2-pin, and no trouble there. And all these bowlers have bowled 18 games of qualifying across various locations in France. And as Marc said, we are at Bowling Sphere in Fontaine-le-Comte, town about 200 miles southwest of Paris. And it's our pleasure to bring you these matches. I'm Bruce Hall. I'm your international commentator. You can see Marc Chavet and Bruno Bidone, our promoter and organizer, back there calling the French version of these matches. And here is Heloise on the left lane. That one got out nicely. That's a pretty good shot. Oh, look at that turn, though. I think you've definitely got some breakdown on that left lane. I thought that ball got out to the spot well. She got it left. But watch how this ball reacts when she gets it down right here. Watch it make its turn. Wow, wow. That was a big dive. She's going to have to move right, I'm afraid, especially on that left lane. And let's see how she makes out. So she comes up high for 2 consecutive shots. And leaves the 2-4 and chops it. Oh, bad break there for Courtin, and that's going to put her further behind. And watch this. Now, this is why some people throw plastic at this spare, just so this hook at the back doesn't give you the risk of chopping the spare, which just happened to Courtin. So there's an open there. And here's going to be Courtin here -7, even with her 8 pins of handicap, and Courtin already +10. So 17-pin lead now for Courtin. Excuse me, for Trigodet, just sitting on the bench. And Trigodet straight up at it and comes up high. Can he get the roll? Yes, he gets the strike. A little bit high in the pocket. Watch this. It's definitely high. It could have been a 6-10. It could even have been a 6-7-10. But he gets the 7 out, he gets the 10 out, he gets the roller on the 6-pin. He goes, oh, what do you think? Can I get some help? Can I get some help? Can I get some help? Oh, yes. Thank you very much. What a break to go 3 in a row. And an early 27-pin lead now for Trigodet. And let's see if he's just going to run away with this thing for his 3rd consecutive victory. And that's a little bit left of target. Looks great. That's his best shot yet. He did get it out to the left on the drier lane, and watch the ball turn up perfectly. And he goes flush in the pocket. So that's 4 in a row for Trigodet. And Heloise Courtin, with her back against the wall here right away, needs to string some strikes together to put herself back in this match. Let's see what she can do. She comes in, gets it out to the spot. Oh, that's a best shot yet for Courtin. Beautiful strike there. And that's what we need to do to start getting ourselves back in this match. And she likes it, she likes it, she likes it. And boom, no doubt about that one. So now, let's see if she can start to eat into this lead. It is a 37-pin lead now for Trigodet. We're only in the 5th frame. That includes the 8-pin handicap for Courtin. 37-pin lead. Can she knock it down? And another perfect shot, doubles. That's down to a 27-pin lead, so that's the right way to do it. Come back with a double when your opponent is stringing strikes. And more importantly, making the adjustment on TV and on this hooking lane. She got that one out to the spot perfectly, and watch it come up and go flush in the pocket. Once again, Marc Chavet will interview the loser of this match, so stick around for that interview. And as we said, we have a total of 15 matches coming up, so we have 6 more matches coming up in this stepladder. There's Trigodet again, right at the pocket, and leaves the Swisher 10. Looked a little bit light in the pocket. And let's see, he's going to go. I think this is definitely proving to be the tighter lane, and the ball doesn't just quite make the corner. Last time he got it out there, I think it was a little slower. Made the turn and blew the rack. That could have struck, but he did get it into the pocket. More importantly, does not continue his string and goes cross lane and goes by the 10-pin. Wow. There is a gift for Heloise Courtin, where he comes up cross lane, and watch this. I think he lets it go. I think he thinks he made it. He just throws it down the lane, picks up the middle oil, and doesn't quite get across the lane. And now 137 in the 6th. Courtin could, with one more strike, can get this match within 4 pins, where she was once down 37. Wow, what a break for Courtin. Let's see if she can take advantage of it. And can Trigodet get back on track here? He hasn't missed the pocket. Another beautiful shot. Trigodet really soft stroking that now. He's got a lot of confidence that he can get his ball into the pocket on this oil pattern. So good shot there by Trigodet, again going for his 3rd win. And with the winner facing Louis Bonnet of Belgium. And Bonnet averaged 218 in his qualifying, so we're going to take quite a step up in qualifying scores as we move through the stepladder. Courtin comes back with another strike, and indeed cuts the lead to just 4 pins. Huge shot, and she could take the lead with this next strike. Great shot here. Watch this out to the pocket. Look at that two-handed power. That ball comes through the pins, and there is shrapnel left. 3 perfect shots by Courtin. What a great comeback she's got here, and this is for the lead. Here we go. Shots away, gets to the left, and again it picks up on that dry and overreacts and comes up through the beak for the 2-4-7 lead. Now last time she left the similar combination and chopped it. Let's see what she does here. See, she gets it out what she thinks is to the dry, but I think she just gets it there a little bit too early, and it picks up on the dry, and then off it goes through the beak. So again, it's that drier, or should we say more broke down left lane that was Courtin's undoing on that shot. Let's see how she does here on the 2-4-7. Gets it out and chops it again. Oh, another bad break. And comes up late. Same chop that she did on the 2-4, only this time it was the 2-4-7. And that's going to be a huge setback in her attempt to win this match. And she gave the lead back to Trigodet. And now she's 156 in the 8th, 216 possible. And Trigodet cruising at a 217 pace. So Trigodet really just needs marks here to force Courtin to strike out. And good shot there, gets it out, and there's the light hit that he gets to carry. That was the 10-pin he didn't carry last time, but that's for the double. And that's a huge shot because it puts him in the 220s now. And again, the best Courtin can do is in the 2 teens. And look at that late 5, 6, 10 pin mixer combination that finally goes. And Trigodet in the driver's seat to win his 3rd match. If he can strike here, he would pretty much ice it. Even already, he just needs marks in the 9th and 10th to lock it up. And a strike here, he wouldn't even need a mark in the 10th. Let's see what he can do. And that's right at the pins. Looks high, and it comes high. Oh, he's had a pin go in front of the 6 pin, and another pin rolling around the 6 pin. But nothing is going to carry it, so Courtin is still alive. And again, Trigodet cruising to 220 pace. Courtin, best she can do is 216. By virtue of those 2 chops, that 2-4 and the 2-4-7, she chopped him exactly the same way twice, and that will definitely be the difference in the match. And cross lane for the 6 pin, no problem there. And again, all Trigodet needs is a mark to lock it up. And now Courtin must strike out to put any pressure at all on Anthony Trigodet. Let's see how she adjusts. She's got the last 2 strikes on this lane. That's another good looking shot. Turn it up. Another perfect strike. Boy, when she gets lined up, she can really strike. And now, unfortunately, she has to finish on this tricky left lane. And watch this shot. Gets it out to just outside the 3rd arrow, out to really outside of the 7-8 board, out to maybe 6. Turns up, flush strike. And now 2 more would put some pressure on Trigodet to mark in the 10th. But first things first, must have these 2, and this lane has been very tricky. She's only got 1 strike on it. Now she's in, gets it out. Will it hang on? It comes up high. Oh no, for the 6 pin. And that will do it. It will be Anthony Trigodet moving on to face the Belgian Louis Bonnet, our number 6 seed. Again, Bonnet averaging 218, so it should be an interesting match coming up for Trigodet as he's won his last 3. And this will be a routine spare for Heloise. Unfortunately, not enough. A valiant effort. But unfortunately, those 2 chops, that 2-4 and that 2-4-7 chop, making the difference in the match. If she makes those 2, she's here 20, 30 pins ahead, and she's basically tied. And unfortunately, can't get the job done. And there's a beautiful strike to finish things off to put her at 196 with her handicap. And look at this one. This was inside the oil. This doesn't go out as far, so it goes longer, turns up perfectly, and that may be the line she was looking for all along, was to try to get it a little bit straighter up the lane. So 196 for Courtin. Trigodet doesn't even need to keep, actually he needs nothing. He needs to just keep it on the lane. And no problem there. So will be Anthony Trigodet moving on with a victory lap here in the 10th. Again, my name is Bruce Hall. I'm your international commentator for these matches. If you think you might want to tour France and participate in this exciting bowling promotion tour competition, go check out the bowling promotion website. They make that tour the end of September, early October. They visit several sites in France, and it's a trip you will not forget. So certainly check it out if you have any interest. And also please hit like and subscribe on our YouTube page. We're over 30,000 subscribers, and excited about that. And again, there's the double for Trigodet. So congratulations, Anthony Trigodet, winning 3 in a row now with that straightforward style. Right up the board, stays out of trouble, and he is just mowing over opponents. And none of his games were even particularly close. This is going to be another 40-pin victory for Trigodet. And again, please stick around for the interview with Marc Chavet and Heloise Courtin, which will take place right after this match. And there's the last shot, and there's a ring 7. It will be the 2:35 finish for Anthony Trigodet. Congratulations to Trigodet, third consecutive win. And we will be back on the same channel for the Trigodet-Louis Bonnet match coming up. And we'll just take a second to tell you that the QubicaAMF Strike Tour Series is a special event organized by Bowling Promotion for the French Federation and the French Olympic Sport Channel for the promotion of bowling in general and the French teams specifically. And again, thanks to QubicaAMF, who signed on for a 3-year commitment to sponsor this Masters Series. Thanks, everyone.
Alongside Héloïse Courtin, just losing out to Anthony Trigodet, the Frenchman, moving on in the Masters Series. Héloïse, just a reaction. It took you a while again to find that strike, 5 frames.
Oui, c'était compliqué de le trouver, mais après je faisais 9, bon j'ai fermé mes spares. C'est mieux qu'avoir 7 et trous, mais bon après on s'y fait et après j'ai trouvé le strike. Mais manque de régularité je pense sur la piste et puis voilà, ça arrive.
It does happen. It was difficult for me to find the strike indeed. A lot of spares on the way as well. Better to do a spare than to have an open frame. It took me a while. I did manage to get there, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to challenge Anthony today.